We are back here on the Lynne Hayes-Freeland Show. I'll tell you what, when we talk about HBCUs, there are some that everybody knows the name of. There are some that people say, where is that? Grambling University, however, everybody knows Grambling. Is that right?
True.
Absolutely.
Calvin Stemley, who everybody in Pittsburgh knows, but I didn't realize until now that you were an alum of Grambling. And Gilberto Alvarado is the admissions director, is that right?
I am,
so you're the man that everybody needs to talk to.
It's been that way since I've gotten the job, yes, absolutely.
I'm sure. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Calvin, you've been here before, and we usually associate you with Westinghouse, or the band, but talk to me about Grambling. How is it you ended up? Are you from Pittsburgh?
No, I'm not.
Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, so how'd you end up at Grambling?
I ended up at Grambling. I graduated from high school, and our band directors, several of them in the Chicago area, were Grambling grads. So we kind of got exposure to the marching style and that type of thing, and I was just excited about going. It was a wonderful opportunity. I was writing music at the time, so I had the opportunity to actually write for the world-famed Grambling Marching Band. So, and they, of course, I got a scholarship, so that always helps.
That always helps. It does help, indeed. So, Gilberto, talk to me a little bit. Grambling's kind of unique because Calvin mentions the marching band.
Yes.
Everybody knows Grambling football.
Absolutely.
So, in a lot of ways, Grambling almost sells itself.
It does. It's a name brand that's recognized around the world, around the United States. For our athletics, for our marching band, but great education also. And our graduates become leaders within the community. So it pretty much, it does sell itself. And so when I got the opportunity to come here to Grambling, I got goosebumps when I looked at the caller ID and I was like, Grambling's calling. I lost my win, and it was just the opportunity to work for a remarkable university that's recognized everywhere.
So tell me what this college fair coming up on the 10th of October, I mean, that really is significant because a lot of kids, especially from this area, would never have the opportunity to at least get to know Grambling.
No, absolutely. And so I've been here actually, I've been all week. I was here actually 2 weeks ago. Went to a college fair, Infinite Scholars, but what I did is expose.
They were on the show.
Were they really?
Scholars.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so we came to the college fair, and so I'm being able to expose the Grambling name brand to the Pittsburgh area students. And so then I've been here since Monday, and we've been visiting schools. I'll be here tomorrow. And so that's been quite an experience, being able to demonstrate, and expose students to the Grambling name brand. Now,
Calvin, talk to me. I mean, we talked earlier with our last two guests, and we talked about the experience of going to an HBCU. You went, I won't say what year, but it was a couple years ago.
I'll tell you. I went 1971 to 1975.
Okay, all right.
And they were phenomenal years for me. It was a very historic period for the Grambling band. We went and represented the United States of America. President Nixon at the time sent us for the inauguration of William Tolbert. The following year, we were at the Hula Bowl, play in Hawaii.
Okay.
Imagine that. We also, in 1972, we recorded a record called Tiger Time for Mercury Records.
Wow.
I was just sharing with Mr. Gill here that I was part of the first Bayou Classic, the first one that they had.
No,
I was there in New Orleans.
Do you have pictures?
There are pictures. There are pictures. Yes.
Maybe we couldn't show them on TV.
But there, it was just a wonderful experience, as was said by the folk from Jackson State. It's a very nurturing, family-oriented type of experience, and the ratio of student-teacher, they do care. You know, I can remember some professors, Dr. Arlene Lake Cheers, who said she lakes, and there's a story behind that. But it was just a very, very wonderful experience for the best years of my life.
Yeah, and see, most people I know that went to HBCUs feel that way, indeed. So, Gilberto, talk to me now. October 10th, College Fair. You're going to have students from Pittsburgh Public Schools all day, then open to the public in the evening. What are you going to be looking for? What student stands out? How do you know when a student might be a good fit for Grambling?
Well, if they know the Grambling name brand, then that's always a great option. You know, it's going to be a great student. But what we're looking for, so we're looking for the criteria. So one of the things at Grambling is that we can give students, out-of-state students, in-state tuition.
Oh, wow,
yes.
okay.
So if they have a 2.5 GPA or higher, they qualify for the in-state tuition waiver. So we can give them in-state tuition, so they're pretty much paying maybe around 15 grand a year.
How does that, is that unique to Grambling, this in-state tuition waiver?
Well, I can't speak this, with regards to other universities, but
You don't care about that. You just know that's what you're doing.
that's what I'm
you're
doing.
offering, yeah.
Absolutely, and so it's a game changer because you think about the college loan debt, the next bubble that's supposed to burst, and then we can give them a quality, affordable education at a recognizable university that's known around the world.
Absolutely. So, Calvin, when you're in contact with young people all the time, either through Westinghouse or you're just everywhere anyway, what do you tell them? I mean, when you meet a young person that's interested in college, what do you tell them about?
I share my experience with going to predominantly black college, and it's like I said, it's a very pivotal situation for these students, and I encourage them. Some of them may not necessarily want to go to Grambling, but I encourage them to go to an HBCU.
Sure.
If it's not Grambling, then one of the other ones, because when all is said and done, of course, we have our little rivalries and things like that, but all of the HBCUs are offering something that a lot of times the students were not able to get into the schools,
sure.
some of the white schools.
Sure, especially back in the day.
HBCUs,
They didn't want us.
They
Yeah,
played
they didn't want
a
us, yeah.
pivotal role. And the educational process since I've been back is so expanded now. I got lost on the campus. I hate shame to say that.
Awesome. We got to take a commercial break. Let me just ask you this. So who was Grambling's biggest rival then when you were there?
Southern University,
Southern University. Okay. All right.
the Bayou Classic.
We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back and wrap all this up in just a minute when the Lynne Hayes-Freeland Show continues. Don't go away.